Okay, so we've been looking at different stories to do with water, so I thought this would be a perfect way to start this one off. We're on a punt in Canterbury, which is really nice. And the story we're thinking about today is Jonah. Now, he was the one that just got it all completely and utterly wrong. Have you ever been faced with something and made the wrong decision? It's easy to do. So let's have a think about that. And I've got a few questions that you can ask and answer each other at the end. So it's day 3, and so far we've had Justin talking about Noah on day 1. We've had Jacob talking about Moses, and now me, Andrew, talking about Jonah. So as I say, this guy, he just gets it completely wrong. So let me tell you a little bit about the story. First off, God gives him a job to do. Rather than going and doing the job and making God happy, what he does is he goes in the opposite direction. He dislikes these people in a place called Nineveh so much that he's prepared to go against God. So does he get away with it? No, of course not. He gets on a boat to Spain. A storm brews up, and then everyone's wondering, where's this storm come from? And eventually Jonah admits it's him. And so the sailors, quite wisely, say sorry to the God of the Hebrews and throw him in the water. At this point, he's disobeyed God. He's upset the sailors. So God, you think God might abandon him there, yeah, and find someone else to do his work. But no, he gives him another chance. But God being God, he does it in an amazing and totally unexpected way. Jonah gets swallowed by a fish. Now, I don't know what it would be like stuck inside a fish's body for 3 days. But God had to do something amazing to let him just live through the whole thing. And instead of really saying sorry to God, and saying, oh no, I got it all wrong, I will do my best to do it the right way, he just acknowledges that, God's in charge and says, I'll do what you want me to do. But you can sort of see, if you read in the book of Jonah, that there's not a lot of enthusiasm going on there. There is, oh, woe is me, yeah, for Jonah's own life. But there's not a lot of regret for how he's disobeyed God. There's not a lot of, taking responsibility for his actions, really. Yeah. So he says, I'll do what you want me to do. And so the fish, 3 days later, spits him out. And off he trots to Nineveh. So he goes to Nineveh. And I don't know, have you ever seen those people with placards, on their chests that says, the end of the world is nigh? Well, he literally goes to Nineveh like that. And he says, you've got 40 days or all your way of life will be destroyed. And he's obviously thinking to himself, yeah, they're just going to ignore this and carry on regardless. But actually, these enemies of the Hebrews, who've done some terrible things in the past, very much like the sailors, totally get what God is saying through Jonah. And instead of just ignoring Jonah, literally everyone shows remorse. Right from the king down to the lowest sort of animal in the kingdom. They're all like, oh dear, we have done something terrible and we really regret it. And we're really sorry. And that's a genuine repentance. That's a genuine turning away from what they've really done wrong. Yeah, and just acknowledging that God is right, his way is right, and he's in charge. And rather than being happy with this result that he's helped God to get to, Jonah is depressed. He's like, I really hate those Ninevans. Why did you save them? I just want to die. Now, I sense a little bit of overreaction from Jonah there. And God, he could have just, given up the ghost then. Yeah. Sent an earthquake or, something equally dramatic. But instead, what he does is he grows a plant over Jonah's head to give him some shelter. And then the next day, he sends a worm to eat the plant and then a scorching wind to burn the plant to death. And Jonah gets all emotional about the plant. And God says, how can you be emotional about the plant? Yeah. And then not expect me, God, to care deeply for these Ninevites. You didn't create the Ninevites, I did. I gave you a job to do. You did it, but you're still not happy. And that is the end of Jonah's story. So how do we, get to grips with that story? Well, in the Zoom meeting that follows this, if you're around, we can talk about some of the things that apply to us as human beings who get it wrong, and to think a little bit about the God who gets it right. Thanks for listening.